Now, breaking news coming into us, and Apple is taking the unprecedented step of removing its highest level data security tool from customers in the UK. Now, viewers might remember in the last couple of weeks we covered this story after the UK government demanded access to user data, and we explained that possibly it would lead to Apple taking this step of moving its highest level data security tool. This is called advanced data protection. Let's find out a little bit more about this story and go to our senior technology reporter, Graham Fraser, who's in Glasgow. First of all, explain for us what this data security tool does.
Well, as you say, this tool is called Advanced Data Protection. It's an opt-in service for Apple customers. It applies end-to-end encryption on all their photos and documents if they wanted to. Now, only the account holder would have access to this. Not even Apple had access to it. Now, a couple of weeks ago, it emerged that the UK government had asked for the right to see this data. This was served under the Home Office under an act which was compelling firms to provide information to law enforcement agencies. At that time, Apple did not comment, but they have consistently said that they will not allow so-called backdoors to their encryption services because that could allow so-called bad actors, namely hackers, to also find a way in. Now, as of today, the tech giant said it's no longer possible to activate advanced data protection in the UK, and for existing customers of it, it will start to be pulled away from them and will no longer have access to it. Apple have said they're gravely disappointed that this security feature will no longer be available to UK customers, and they added that, as we've seen many times before, we have never built a backdoor or master key to any of our products, and we never will. What does this mean? Well, it means that eventually no data stored on the iCloud in the UK will be encrypted. It will therefore be accessible to Apple, and it will also be made shareable to law enforcement agencies if Apple were issued a warrant.
Has there been any response yet from the government, Graham? And what do you think this means for Apple's business here in the UK?
Well, there has been no response yet to this breaking story by the UK government. We have had response from Professor Alan Woodward, who's a cybersecurity expert at Surrey University. He said it was a very disappointing development which amounted to an act of self-harm by the government. He went on to say that all the UK government has achieved in this is to weaken online security and the privacy of UK-based users. And he added that it was naive of the UK government to think that it could tell a US technology company what to do globally. In terms of Apple's business, well, obviously we'll have to wait and see what impact it will have. Some customers, of course, will choose Apple products so that they could have access to this encryption, and they no longer will be able to have this on their accounts. But we will find out in the coming months what impact it will have on their business.
Graham, thank you very much. Graham Fraser.